Hello guys, my name is Nanakwaju Skajiman and this is my hosting experience. So one, I don't like holding the mic like this, but I also know I've been facing audio challenges with my previous video because I've been hanging it in my shirt and it's not helping me. So that was just by the way. Now back to the topic. So let's dive deep. When someone is asking the right timing to approach short-term rentals, Airbnb, or however you can call it, it's fine, right? So from where I stand, because I've been in this business for a while now, right? I think a whole lot comes in play. One, it's not just the timing. You should think of the country you find yourself, the nature of the location in the country you find yourself. Do they have activities on there? Is travelers coming in there? Do they have business around the area you find yourself? It's a whole lot. So timing is one. The country you find yourself is another. The location in the country you find yourself is another one too. And you have to calculate the steps you are using to approach the whole thing. Because if you own the property, you have no issue. But if you don't own the property, that's where you need to listen and watch this tape to the end, right? So now you know you are from Ghana, right? You are from Ghana or wherever you find yourself. The tourism industry is on the top notch. It's here. Now you're on the right path. After that, you ask yourself, where do you find yourself in this country you say you are from? When tourists come to this country, do they come to the location you are? Because they may be coming to your country, but they don't come to your location and you have your property there. You have your property rented in that location and you are not getting the right guest you expect or anticipate to get, right? So you will have to look at these things. And besides, should you rent the property, it means you have the option to look at a good location and rent it. Sometimes it will hit your pocket, and that's how the game is. Everything has a price. So if you are playing small, you are getting small reward. If you are playing big, you are getting bigger reward. So that's it. One more thing, never think short-term rentals is get rich quick scheme kind of thing. If you ever think of that, it means you are on the wrong field. You just have to just put your tool down and go somewhere else. It's never get rich quick scheme kind of thing, right? So now you rewind your system. You know it's not get rich quick scheme kind of thing. So we are back to business, right? So now you find yourself in Ghana, and obviously, we launched our government launched this year of return, and it did work. Now Ghana is the gateway to Africa. Fine. You ask yourself, Ghana being the gateway to Africa, when is the time most people travel to Ghana? That's another question you will ask yourself. Obviously, everybody will say December, but some people will be fast to calculate that if they are coming in December, then I will list my property in December. That's fine, but with the data I'm putting together, listening it in December is same as listening it in January. It's actually not feasible to be able to raise revenue to pay your subsequent rent. Besides, the property is not yours, you are renting, right? So you have to calculate your steps. Every jumper, don't walk to the post and jump. They calculate their steps from afar. They run and jump from maybe 3, 4, 5 steps prior to where they have to roll over, right? So that's how you are going to do your calculation. So now it's December, and most travelers, they calculate it from afar too. Every traveler that's traveling in December is not going to do his or her budget in December. They will do it 3 months, 4 months, even 6 months prior to the said date, right? So you will want to catch those people, and the masses, that's how they do their calculation, because it's obvious, everybody knows December things are expensive. So they don't want to, as much as they want to spend, they don't want to overspend, right? And you want to be among the 100 of property owners or hosts fighting over millions of guests. You get the whole point. So that's how you will want to move. Now, December, a lot of people come into this country, Ghana, beautiful. So you will look at somewhere around, I think, August, September, October. Don't miss these 3 months I just mentioned. If you miss them, you're on your own, my brother. Get the whole point. So I think August is okay, September is okay, October is okay. But if you are approaching it, let's say October, September, means September, your property is listed. October, plus or minus, if you have a good discount, which will be suggested to you by the booking platforms, at least give 25%. I think one of the booking platforms give 25% suggestion for first guest to book your property, right? Or sometimes they will give you a discount on first guest to book long stay, right? And since the place does not belong to you, you are paying rent. You don't want a situation whereby you are looking at your shoulders when it's time to pay rent. So you want to invest at a time that you'll be able to pay your subsequent rent should that time come. You have to move smart. So now you put your property September. You have your first guest discount or first guest to stay longer discount. Now, if you compare your property and mine, we may have the same standard, but because I'm in the game for a while, I'm not going to give my guests discount. That 25%, I may give them 5, 10, 15 at most. But since you are giving them 25%, if they are new people coming into the country, you stand a higher chance of getting guests. Is tricky. When return guests are coming, they are not even going to look at your property because they know what they are going for. When people get to know what they are going for, they don't look sideways, they just go straight to it. You get a point. So you will stand a higher chance of getting new guests because new guests, they are looking for cheaper prices. Return guests, they are looking for value for money, facility, what it entails, right? So at that point, you stand a higher chance of getting. But after that, even getting the guest, you have to put your A game on your customer relation and how to keep up your property. That's on you, which is on, right? So now you list your property, you are able to get your first guest discount. Getting your first guest discount somewhere around October, it means you still have chance of getting guest November, December. It means your calculated step is going to yield profit for you to pay your subsequent year rent, because that's how the whole game should be. You should put yourself in a state to be able to play the longevity game, and that's all it's about, because it's not get rich quick scheme. The more you stay in the game, the more you build a good portfolio to cash out, because you have to build a pool of guests to be able to cash out from them. Your return guest will be your money making machine, and that's where the timing comes in. So you don't want to miss this calculated time. The moment you miss it, you have to wait and calculate your step again. You get the whole point. So the timing now, December, should you wait and list your property in December? When I said it's same as January, because January everybody spend. They finish spending, they are going back to their various homes, various countries to go and work again and come and spend. So who are you going to fight for? You are going to fight with 100 of host or property owners over maybe few 20 guests, right? So you don't want to do that. You want to calculate your step and approach it. So the country you find yourself, the activities there, the location, calculated step you are going to use to approach the whole thing plays a bigger role. And you will look at that again and again and again and again, so that you don't miss your step. So September, October, you have your first guest discount. Now it's cash out time. So maybe the first guest, the second guest, the third guest, if they are going to benefit or enjoy 25%, the fourth guest is not going to benefit 25%. And besides, should you get this guest, the first guest, to even book 1 month, you are okay to raise certain revenue to even pay half of your next year rent. And this is how you have to do your calculation. Since I say it's not get rich quick scheme, if you are doing your calculation, do it in a way that should you get maybe 3 months to 4 months booking, you are done for the year, because you are new. You are not like someone who has been in this business and they have a return guest. Even January, their property is full, right? You calculate it in such that should you get 3 months, 4 months bookings, you can pay your rent. You can actually pay your rent and pay your utilities, and you are okay, because you are playing the longevity game, not to get rich quick right now, right? So if you can calculate it and price your property to be able to give you this money, it means in 12 months you only need, in worst case scenario, you only need 4 months bookings, and you're okay. Now you play your game well, you put your A game on your customer service and how you manage your property. It means as time goes on, you'll be selling 6, 8, sometimes you sell 10 months out of 12 months. And the moment you start to sell 10 months out of 12 months, now you are there. Because this, we are fighting with giant brands like Marriott, Labadi Beach, Airport View Hotel, Ibis, and It's on and on and on. And you don't want to, you have just two apartments. You don't want to fight them. But you can have these two apartments and their 100 property is full because they are trusted brand. You are now building your brand. Their 100 unit property is full and your two property is empty. Don't rush. Move slowly. Build your portfolio. Build your pool of guests and treat them well so they go and they come. So the right time, calculate your step. September, October. August, September, October. These 3 months, look at it well. It's a golden month for you to invest, kickstart, and you are good to go. Done. All that I said still stands. You can start it in January and be lucky. But you don't want to bet on something that is not even calculated. You want to bet on something that's actually calculated. If you are going to play lottery, then you don't even need to ask this question. You just have to play that lottery. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. My name is Nana Kwejuskajiman, and this is my hosting experience. Note, this business isn't get rich quick scheme. You hurt yourself.